single day. I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hello and welcome to justcomparecars.com. My name is James and today I'm going to be doing a walk around video of this 2016 Skoda Fabia. It's 2016 on a 16, it's done just 55,000 miles and it's a 1.2 TSI colour edition 5-door hatchback. It's done 55,000 as I say, it's got full service history with 5 services in total and it's got an MOT until September 2023. Okay, so we've been doing these walk around videos like this for quite a while now and we find them to be very popular. In fact, I'm pretty sure you've probably never seen anything like it. Reason being is that when we do the video, we don't go into a lot of detail and we cover all the different things that you would potentially look at if you were here in person. So as I go around the vehicle with you today, we'll look at all the panels individually, looking for any marks, scratches or dents. We'll look at the wheels and tyres, looking at the tread depths. We'll have a look in the back, obviously look at the spare wheel, have a look in the boot area itself. When we've done that, we're going to have a look inside the car, looking at the seats and all the functionality. I'll even tell you what it smells like inside. When we've done that, we're going to pop the bonnet and have a look at the engine bay, and finally we'll have a look underneath. I think this one's probably got a tray under the engine, but if it's not, we'll have a look underneath the engine, the chassis, and all the bits under there, like the exhaust, etc. Now, once you've watched the video, if you're happy with what you see and you'd like to buy it, a small deposit will secure it, and we can pretty much deliver it anywhere in the world. If you're looking to finance it, we'll go through an application with you, which takes about 5 minutes, and we can usually get you a decision within around an hour. You don't need a deposit on this, but obviously the more that you put in, the less that you'll pay on a monthly basis, and also the more chance you'll get of being approved as well. Now, once you're watching the video, if you think I've missed something, or if you'd like to see something in a bit more detail, please just ask, it's not a problem. We work on complete transparency here at justcomparecars.com, and we would rather show you absolutely everything while you're sat at home, so that you know that when you get here, it's exactly what you're after. I have driven it. I've taken it up the road and back, just obviously for a quick drive around. It drives great, it really does. Plenty of power, gear changes are really nice and smooth, clutch feels good, it just drives nice. It's a Skoda obviously at the end of the day, which is in essence a Volkswagen under there somewhere. Right, let's start with the bonnet and then we can work our way around from there. Hopefully you can see from that the panel's in really nice clean condition. I will apologise, there's a couple of spots of water on it, just sat under a tree and it's been raining overnight, so it keeps reminding me it's there. But the bonnet is in beautiful condition, hopefully you'll agree with that. I can't see any nasty marks or dents, everything looks in fantastic condition. Obviously it's a UK car, it's been on UK roads, it goes without saying there's going to be stone chips. I mean, there's one there and there's a couple there. Now they're not bad, but obviously they are there. I don't know about you, but I start questioning things when I can't see stuff that I would expect to see. There's another one there as well. And there's another one there. It's tiny, as I said, that's like the worst of it, so, but I'd rather show you everything. No dents that are visible, and as you can see the paint's really nice. So driver's side headlight, it's got the black inserts. I think they're daylight running lights, I'm not 1000% sure. Shall we switch it on and have a look? Let's switch her on and have a look. Yes, so it's got daylight running lights. So the headlights are nice and clean, there's no damage. As you can see, really smart and looks great. Front bumper is in nice clean condition. Again, there's a couple of stone chips down here, but hopefully you would agree, nothing serious. And then the passenger side headlight, again, fantastic condition. As you can see, it's got the daylight running lights, which are again in fantastic condition. Let's save the battery and switch that off. We'll look inside a little bit further when we get to it. So, passenger side front wing is in nice clean condition. No nasty marks or dents, everything looks really very nice and clean. Passenger side front wheel and tyre. The wheel, as you can see, is in great condition. There's no signs of any curbing or marks, everything looks good. It's a land sail tyre. As a guess, I'd say there's about 5 or 6 millimeters of tread, and under the arches, hopefully you can see, are in nice clean condition. There's no signs of any historic damage. The windscreen is free from stone chips or cracks. There's no damage. Passenger mirror back, as you can see, is in nice clean condition. There's no damage, and the mirror is intact. Let's go over the pillars first. Pillars are in nice clean condition. There's no damage, and that's the same for the passenger side of the roof. As you can see, the skin of the roof is nice and clean, and it's free from any dents or damage. Everything looks good. Now, I always like to take a look at this view before going down the passenger side. The reason being is, from here you can see straight away there's no misalignment of gaps, and also there's no mismatch of colour, which obviously on a colour like this would just stick out like a sore thumb, so it's nice to see. Right, so let's go down the passenger side. A really nice way to look at the panels is like this. You can see then there's nothing that looks out of place. There's no nasty marks or dents, and everything looks, as you can see, in really very nice clean condition. Spot on. Passenger side rear wheel and tyre. Wheels in great condition. I can't see any road rash or anything like that. Everything looks nice and clean. It's an Imperial tyre, and it looks basically new. I think there's probably about 9 or 10 millimeters. Get my words out. 9 or 10 millimeters of tread, and under the arch is nice and tidy. There's no damage. Rear quarter, as you can see, again, fantastic condition. There's no signs of any marks or dents. There's no signs of any stone chips. Everything looks really very nice and clean, and doesn't that colour look great? Right, so rear bumper is in nice clean condition. You'll notice it's got parking sensors, and it's nice clean condition throughout. Passenger side tail light's nice and clean. There's no damage, no stone chips, no cracks, no misting. Everything looks great. Tailgate, bumper, rear door, whatever you want to call it. And again, fantastic condition, no damage or marks. Everything looks nice and clean. So being really picky, it's a tiny little mark just there. But other than that, I can't see anything else. So in the back, it's got the parcel shelf. It's nice and clean. So in the back, there is a spare wheel on this one. It's a Taranza, which thinks, is that Bridgestone? A bit of Bridgestone, and it's basically brand new. All the toolkits are there, and all the bits. Carpet in the back, as you can see, is really nice and clean. It smells nice in the back as well. It doesn't smell like a dog's been in it, for instance, which would obviously put me off, but we're all different at the end of the day. You might be putting a dog in it, so it won't matter to you, but yeah, nice and clean. No signs of any hairs or dog hairs, no nasty smells. Everything's all good. Keep hold of that for the moment. Tell you what, let me just put that inside the car so I'm not carrying it with me. Right, so driver's side tail light is in nice clean condition. There's no damage, no cracks, no misting. Everything looks great. Rear quarter. And again, fantastic condition. No signs of any marks or damage. Everything looks nice and clean. Driver's side rear wheel and tyre, again, wheels in nice clean condition. There's no road rash. It's a matching tyre to the opposite side, matching tread depth. And under the arch is nice and tidy. Right, so let's have a look at the, I don't know what you call it, is that a spoiler or it's part of the roof, boot, whatever. but there's no damage. Everything's nice and clean. It's got a high level stop light, brake light, whatever you want to call it. Pillars. Again, fantastic condition, no damage. Driver's side of the roof. Make sure we're not missing anything. And it looks in great condition as well. Right, so driver's side. Again, you can see there's no misalignment gaps and there's certainly no mismatch of colours. I mean, that colour, to be honest with you, that would be, I think if someone had painted it, it would just stick out like a sore thumb. I'm sure you would agree. Excuse me. Right, so down the driver's side. And hopefully you would agree with me, there's no signs of any marks or dents. Everything looks nice and clean. Let's make sure we're not missing anything. And no, it's in fantastic condition. So driver's side mirror back, nice and clean, no damage. The mirror's intact. And then driver's side front wing. And again, it's in really nice, clean condition. And there's no signs of any marks or damage. Driver's side front wheel and tyre, wheels in good condition. Again, there's no road rash. It's a matching tyre to the opposite side. And matching tread, I would say. Under the arches. It's nice and clean, there's no damage. And everything looks all good. Okay, so to summarise the exterior, I think it's in fantastic condition. Obviously, there's a couple of stone chips, but then you would expect to see that. But other than that, I can't see any other dents or marks on it at all. It's in fantastic condition. It's obviously a real credit to whoever's owned it before, and that colour does just look fantastic. Right, so let's look inside. Driver's door card is in nice, clean condition. There's no damage, no marks. Everything looks nice and clean. You've got heated mirrors, and obviously your electric mirror control. And then electric front windows as well. It's got, let me get this out without getting the muck in it. It's got overmats all round, and the carpets are in fantastic condition. There's no unusual wear. Excuse where my feet have been, please. That's there as well. Driver's seat. Bolsters are exceptionally firm. The material, as you can see, is nice and clean. There's no unusual stains or wear. Cubby hole under the seat. Headrests nice and clean. And as I say, bolsters are all very nice and firm, and the material, as you can see, is really lovely and clean. Seat is height adjustable, so it goes up quite a way. So if you're short or tall, obviously this vehicle will fit you no problem at all. Yeah, so that's all good. Let me put the back in. It's going to need a vacuum again anyway, but we'll go with that for the moment. Just take this arm off. Take the strap off rather. Taking my arm off, that'd be a bit odd. Right, so dashboard is lovely and clean. There's no signs of any damage or anything like that. Obviously, you know, people do silly things. Sometimes they stick air fresheners on and whatever else, and it can create a mess or a mark, and there's nothing that suggests there's anything like that at all. It's in really superb condition. The steering wheel's really nice and clean. There's no unusual wear. All the stitching's in place, and it's really very nice and clean. Obviously it's a multifunctional steering wheel, so lots of different options on there. So that, to me, let's start it up. There are two keys, proper Skoda keys. To start it, just have to put your foot on the clutch. Show you there's no warning lights on the dashboard, other than obviously the fuel. So yeah, you can see there's no warning lights on the dashboard other than the fact that obviously the fuel's a bit low, the handbrake's on, and I'm not wearing my seat belt. Other than that, there's nothing else at all on there. So you've got lots of different options. Have to figure out how to use it. Assist system. Oh, so it's got front assist, so that's cool. Switch that back on. Audio, you got your telephone, vehicle. That's the only one on that one. Driving data. There we go, averaging 40.8 miles per gallon. That's pretty good. So you can see it's got DAB. It's obviously got Apple CarPlay. I was intending to show you that working, but then I figured afterwards it probably wouldn't work because I'm obviously using my phone to record the video. But if you want to see it working, give me a shout. I'll borrow someone's phone and we'll get it fired on for you. But it does work perfectly. It's a really nice little system as well. I've got Apple CarPlay in mine, and it's just, to be honest with you, you know, it's so dangerous now using your phone. Obviously, you could hurt someone if not ignoring that. But obviously, you know, you get points, you lose your license quite easily. Chances are you're buying this, maybe you're a new driver. For Apple CarPlay is phenomenal, to be honest with you, because you can just talk to the system and it will do what you need it to. So if one of your mates texts you, it'll read the text message to you, and then obviously you can reply by talking to it, and you don't have to touch anything other than your steering wheel. So that's really, in my mind, it's phenomenal. I've got a 17-year-old daughter as well, and she's addicted to her phone. So if you're like me, you're worried that kids are going to be messing about, this is the perfect system. It really is, because obviously they can do all they need to and drive safely without actually getting the phone in the hand and obviously creating potentially a massive problem. It's always nice to know. So steering wheel controls, obviously it's just the basic stuff. You know, you can control that with that. You got your volume on there, voice command. You can link Siri to that as well. So if you've got obviously an iPhone, then you can link that to it, which is really easy to do. Excuse me. Passenger seat. Again, bolsters are really very firm. The material, as you can see, is beautifully clean. There's no issues at all, no damage. The roof lining is in fantastic condition as well. Just dropped an oak on his heads. So yeah, that's all in nice condition. That's just happened there. That's just unclipped. Don't know how that's happened. Maybe just from when it was being cleaned. But yeah, the roof line is nice and clean. There's no damage. All the mirrors and everything are nice. It smells nice inside as well. It doesn't smell like it's ever been smoked into me. Certainly no doggy smells. I don't know about you, but for me, if it smelled like cigarettes, that would just put me off massively. Also, I mean, dog hair, obviously, you know, you can get rid of that smell anyway, but cigarette smoke, it's very difficult to get rid of. But there's none of that at all. All the seats, obviously, are all in fantastic condition. Media centre, obviously, it's... let's have a quick look. So you've got AM, FM, DAB. There's no CD player because it's solid state, but obviously the real selling point is the fact that it's got the Apple CarPlay through SmartLink. So it's got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay and MirrorLink. So it's perfect, to be honest with you, for the youth of today, or anyone of today really. But yeah, really nice system. Images. Oh. Yeah. So radio, put capital on. Is that volume? Is that volume? No. Gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. So the stereo sounds nice and clear. There's no distortion on any of the speakers. It's got a decent bass level, so your kids are going to love it. Yeah, really very nice all round. This one's got parking sensor assist, obviously, and it will show you the parking sensors on the rear, and they all work perfectly as well. It's got air conditioning. Let's try that while we're here. And the aircon does work. It's cold, it's not freezing. Oh, it's getting colder though. Yeah, that works. No, it's too cold to switch it off. But yeah, horn works, everything as you would expect it to. Everything's all good in that sense. There's cup holders in the front obviously as well. You've got your USB and your auxiliary down there as well. Being picky, the 12 volts cover's missing, as you would call it, the cigar lighter originally. Obviously you can pick them up for pennies anyway. But yeah, all in nice clean condition. We've got a heated rear window, you can lock your door from there, so you've got your still alert on that and that. It has got stop start as well, which is there. Your lights are down here as well, and everything, as you can see, is just in really nice clean condition. Right, so bonnet catch is down there, so let's have a look round the rest of the seats and stuff first. So in the rear, door cards are in nice clean condition. There's a couple of little tiny marks there, but nothing serious. It's got windy windows. Bolsters in the back feel very nice and firm, and all the material, as you can see, is in beautiful condition. Doesn't look like they've been sat in, to be honest with you, in the back. You can tell when kids are sat in the back of seats and stuff, and there's no signs of wear. All the mats are clean, all the carpets are in nice clean condition. It's just in superb condition, to be honest with you. So, passenger side, door cards in nice clean condition. There's a couple of little tiny marks, nothing serious. And again, you can see all the seats are in fantastic condition. Everything looks really very nice and clean. As I say, I don't think anyone sat in the back of them. Passenger front, and again, fantastic condition. No unusual damage, everything looks nice and clean. As I say, the bolster, you've got a height adjustable passenger seat as well. Don't see that all the time. Mats in the front. Carpets all very clean again, no signs of any unusual wear. Obviously all the surface history and everything's with the vehicle. Everything's here that you would expect it to have. Oh, let's pop the bonnet, which is just there. Just need to pop the bonnet. Where's that going? There. So under the bonnet, as you can see, very nice and clean. Obviously it's got full service history. It goes without saying it's been maintained correctly. You don't have to be a genius to figure that out. I mean, all the fluids are clean. And under the bonnet, I mean, for when I'm looking at a car, I always look around the engine bay. I want to see that there's no signs of any historic oil leaks. So there's no oily residue around the engine bay, or obviously fuel around the top of the injectors, for instance. And as you can see, it's all very nice and clean. We do get asked if we get clean under the bonnet. We don't. And if you look closely, you can see there's signs of that everywhere. Down here, you see, obviously we're going to clean it, and we'll just clean it all and be done. But yeah, it's nice and clean, and everything looks in great order. Turbo units there, and the turbo, as you can see, is nice and clean. It's free from any oily residue, so there's obviously no worrying leaks. There's no weeping or anything like that. All the pipes are in great condition. It's all good. Let's have a quick look underneath, if I can get my camera underneath. Hopefully I can. What are you doing? Just give it a moment. Yeah, it's got an underbelly tray, but you can see there's no signs of any historic oil leaks. It's got under panels on the bottom as well. Got a bit of tree. I'll get that out in a second. Let me get that down. No, I can't reach it. It all looks nice and tidy underneath. The exhaust, as you can see, is in great condition. We go underneath the back. Fuel tank, fuel cell, whatever you want to call it, great condition, as is the exhaust and everything else as well. Right, so hopefully I've shown you everything that you would need to see if you were here today with me in person. Maybe a bit more than what you would look at normally, but obviously it's always better to show you too much than not enough. Like I said before, you think I've missed something, if you want to see something in a bit more detail, please just ask. It's not a problem at all. At the end of the day, I'd rather make sure that you're completely happy with what it is you're looking at while you're sat at home and comfortable, before you get here and be potentially disappointed. So for the moment, thanks for watching and sticking with me. I really appreciate it. If you have a look on Facebook and find our Facebook page, which is just comparecars.com, you'll find pictures of this that you won't find anywhere else. Give us a like and a follow, we'd really appreciate it. But for the moment, thanks for watching and sticking with me. Appreciate it. Take care, stay safe. Bye bye.